Today is a very exciting day. We are finally going to pick up our keys. The apartment is officially ours today. It's kind of wild. Even just opening the blinds this morning, and Lucy and I are both starting to feel very nostalgic about leaving our current apartment. This place has served us so well. We have loved so many things about it. The only thing we haven't loved is the lack of space, so that's why we're upgrading. I'm just so excited to officially have the keys and to show y'all the apartment for the very first time. So this is gonna be our official empty apartment tour. We've never actually done one of these before, but I know it's a pretty popular thing to do on YouTube. So for those who really care about the empty apartment tour, today's your day. But we're also gonna bring y'all along to all of our thoughts of like what we're thinking as far as like decorating our space before all of our furniture gets in there.
We need your help. It's a lot more space than we currently have, so we need thoughts.
So for reference, we get our keys today. It is Wednesday. We are gonna start moving some boxes tonight, but our official moving vlog won't be for another probably like 2 weeks from now, from when you're seeing this video. And we are officially moving on Friday.
Because next week we are going to be sharing a first trimester vlog. If you missed the news, we were pregnant and just want to update on like what the last 3 months of our lives have been like.
Also, it's such a rainy day today.
I know.
So I was kind of hoping the lighting would be better, but
that's okay.
We'll make do. Alrighty, enough dilly-dallying. Let's go get these keys. I did feel a little bad in the other vlog that we did not end up showing y'all the apartment, but the keys weren't officially ours, and we just weren't ready to film like a whole apartment tour that day. We kind of had to be like in and out with all that like measuring that we did. So sorry if that was too much of a tease, but today's your day. You're getting a full tour. But like I said, it's currently raining, so I guess it's time to bring out the rain boots. Since the weather is officially getting colder in New York, we are kind of debating whether to even install our AC unit when we move in on Friday, because I do think we could make do with just opening windows. Like currently right now, the low at night is 56 and high only gets up to like 71, and then like tomorrow the low is like 49, high of 62. Yeah, I definitely think we can make do with that one. I always feel like there's those like rogue random New York City days where it'll be like start of November and we'll have another day in like the 80s.
Or it's like a day like today. Like, do you feel how kind of muggy it is because it's raining? But hopefully when we open the windows, it'll help.
Okay, we just got the keys. We're so excited. Let's go.
Seeing it for the first time.
It definitely feels different now that it's ours.
It does feel different.
Where's the light?
The view is great.
The view's amazing.
I love it.
I think the view is one of like the best things about this place. Okay, let's give you the grand tour.
There's no AC in here, so I'm so sorry. I have to take off my sweater. So we're just gonna start right at the beginning of the apartment and like lead you through as if you were walking through the apartment. So right when you walk in the front door, to your left here, you have a gigantic walk-in closet, which we've already shown you before, but let's just show you again. I can't even touch both sides of this. This is very exciting. Hopefully this will probably serve as like our pantry. Luckily, I do think our stroller will probably fit in here. We'll see. We don't have the stroller yet. We're thinking about maybe putting like a pantry wire rack situation here, storage or kitchen goods or things like that. Speaking of the kitchen, let me take you there. Now, we mentioned to you that this is like the one part of the apartment where we were like, there's more to be desired, but you have to compromise in New York. It's just a little bit small, but we'll show you. There's actually a good amount of cabinet space for New York. While they're not very deep, there is like a decent amount. There's a drawer, which is actually shockingly hard to come by here. The fridge is quite petite. Like, I'm 5'9". How tall do we think this is? 4.5 feet tall? We've got a normal, like medium-sized fridge going on. No ice maker. We're in New York City. If you have seen our studio apartment tour, you will know that there's like a wall in the way of our oven. And so the oven door only opens like this much. So you can like maybe slide something in, but we haven't really used our oven for that reason. We just use our like Breville toaster oven. So I'm excited to get back to oven cooking.
I'm very excited that there's a sink sprayer.
We have a sink sprayer? Chandler, I didn't, oh. I didn't know that. That's so exciting. All right, let's move on to the living room. Okay, so I think the living room is one of the things that sold us most about this place. Personally, I really wanted to live in a pre-war building. If you watched our apartment tours, you did see that we saw a lot of like luxury or new build buildings, but personally, I feel like New York City is characterized by like these pre-war buildings that are beautiful. I'm very excited that we're here and it has so much character. Like if you look up, you can see all the molding is so beautiful. Even just like the little details here. I feel like it just adds so much character to an apartment, and it also just feels like sturdier. Like some of these luxury buildings feel like they are just like an IKEA piece of furniture that could just crumble at any moment, made of like particle board. Anyway, sorry, that was critical. Another thing that really sold us about this place is the view. This exact unit is south facing, which is like really appealing to us. That was not a prerequisite, but for sure is a bonus. You'll get a lot of morning light. And especially in those postpartum days when we're like holed up in our apartment, I think that'll be really nice. So we're very excited about the view. Also, I know the view doesn't look like much, but we're intentionally not showing you like the full view so that, you know, you don't need to know exactly where we live. I kind of want to explain what we're thinking for this space so we can get your feedback. So let me start from the beginning. I think knee-jerk reaction for us is because the kitchen is so small, we're definitely going to need like an additional prep space because probably that whole space in the kitchen will be used for like drying dishes. So we're thinking we're going to need to put some sort of like buffet hutch situation right here. Ideally one that has like a lot of storage and we can store additional plates or like glasses or things like that underneath it. Yeah, the hard thing is we haven't found something that has a lot of good storage but is also the right height. I feel like we found a lot of things that are almost like TV console height that have a lot of storage, but they're not really made for like being like a buffet where we could like cut and prep and like serve things off of. So we're thinking something like that over here. The one other issue is it can't go that deep because we don't want it to fully block the bedroom door, but that's what we're thinking over here. And then on the other side, we're thinking about doing a circular dining room table here, ideally one that fits easily 4 people, and then we could pull up maybe 2 extra chairs to fit 6 if needed. There's this one table brand that we have dreamt of forever, but you guys, the tables are $4,000. We can't do it, but they're called the Transformer table. If you haven't heard of it, look it up. It's incredible. Like the tables start at like a 48-inch table, but like it truly could extend to like here to fit 12 people if you wanted, and it just has like these inserts. It's just so perfect for New York, but I just think we're not gonna be able to afford that at this time, so we're looking at some other options. After the table, we're kind of torn between if we want like a separate coffee bar situation here, or if we should just include that on our like buffet hutch situation, as well as because we won't have the wraparound bookshelf that we currently have in our apartment, we're gonna need some sort of bookshelf situation. So maybe that will go here as well, like a bookshelf. I don't know, Chandler's giving me the face, so like he probably doesn't want that, but that's okay. So right here is gonna be where our console and our TV is. We already have that, and that'll be right here. And then on the opposite side will be our couch, and we'll probably put our lamp either here or on this side, most likely on this side. We do have one lounge chair right now, but we kind of need another. We're gonna have to do our coffee table here, obviously, but there's just like a lot more space for seating. Seems like we will have like a good amount of space in here. I'm really out of breath. Great. And then obviously we'll have decor and paintings around here that we already have, so we'll need to figure out how to organize that. Oh, that just made me so excited to explain. But I'm itching to get a dining room table so we can like actually sit and eat for the first time in 4 years. I'm so excited.
All right, Lucy is now the camera woman. I really do wish y'all could see it with better lighting. It is raining today, like I said, so it's pretty gloomy outside. But actually, I do have a clip from when we first toured it, which I'll play right now. You'll see that the lighting is part of what really like sold us on this place. I know like Lucy already mentioned that it's southern exposure, but yeah, I just wanted to mention that again because the lighting could be way better in here, just not today. All right, let's go to the bedroom. And this is the bedroom. Oh my gosh, Lucy, I didn't even notice. There's a mirror behind that door. How did we not notice that? I wonder if we should put like a nicer mirror over top of it. Because these New York mirrors, this is the issue that we had in our last apartment, is they're so like foggy. It's kind of like hard to see what you look like. Well, that's fun. We have a mirror. Who knew? These spaces are almost identical, but here's what we're thinking for like the general layout. But just like Lucy said, if y'all have any ideas on like how to organize this space better, this is just what we're thinking right now. But honestly, the bedroom is a space that we have gone over multiple times, but it feels like Jenga. Like we don't really know exactly how to organize this space, especially with the future baby furniture that we're gonna need, like a changing table and things. I'll get into all that, but just wanted to preface that. Please let us know your thoughts. Okay, this is what we're thinking now. We're thinking our bed on this side with both of our nightstands on either side. Pretty classic. We don't have a headboard, but I think we'll probably keep that like painting that we had on the wall. Although with the crown molding, it might feel a little short. Oh well. We'll figure that out later. And then on this side, we're thinking just opposite the bed, we could have our desk, just so it's like closest to the window. I think it'll be nice to have some like natural lighting for whoever is working at the desk. And then next to that, we're thinking our like armoire. We've also thought about putting our armoire over there. Here's what's like a little like, it's not that tricky about the space, but I think what might make it look a little awkward over here is the fact that there's like this little lip of about 2 inches. And so if we put our armoire here, we'll have this like weird gap, which you might not be able to see, but I don't know. This molding really frames it in a way where you'd imagine the bed to be. Maybe I'm being like too particular. Okay, but here's where we really need help, because like after that, there's not like a ton of space for a baby changing table, and then also where the crib is gonna go. The crib is either gonna go like on either side of the bed. For like the first like 6 months of baby's life, it seems like we're just gonna need like a bassinet or something that's like really close to the bed. But after that point, once we need like something that's a little like more removed, we've either thought of putting it like in this corner, or maybe moving the bed to the opposite side and like putting it all in that corner. I don't know. There's multiple different ways. I've even thought about putting the crib in this closet. Like what we would do, we're not gonna suffocate our baby. We would remove this door and maybe put like some sort of curtain situation over it. And then it's definitely, it's a pretty big closet. So like, I think there would be enough space to definitely put the crib and then some sort of like blackout curtain. But that would also remove a lot of closet space that is probably really beneficial for us. Another thing that really sold us about this apartment is really how big this one bedroom is. Square footage as a whole, but also like this bedroom specifically is a lot bigger. It's the biggest bedroom that we'd seen in all of our touring process. I like how I've been talking to my other friends and they've been saying like, oh, like you found like a true 1 bedroom. Like this is a true 1 bedroom. Like it's enough square footage to like lay out all your stuff. I feel like oftentimes the bedrooms that we would see in some of these luxury apartment buildings or these older New York City buildings, the bedrooms were only big enough to just put a bed and that was it. This will have room, like I said, for like a desk or armoire, hopefully a little like small nursery section until we like need to upgrade into a 2-bedroom. But because we don't have the budget for a 2-bedroom at this moment, this feels like best case scenario. Also, I feel like a lot of New York parents just like make do with a 1-bedroom for like the first year of baby's life. So I don't think it's gonna be too difficult, if I'm being honest. Okay, last but not least, we have our bathroom, which now we know has a mirror. Wow, it smells really clean. I definitely think they cleaned. Do you smell that?
Oh yeah.
All right, this is the bathroom. We do have a medicine cabinet, which is really nice. I do think it's unfortunate that we do have like one of like the older New York City sinks, because there's just like no storage underneath, and like where do you put, I mean, I guess you put your toothbrush in there, but I kind of wish we had like more storage in this bathroom, if I'm being honest. So here are some storage solutions that we're thinking. We're thinking maybe some like corner shelves that we could put on this, or we're thinking of actually like getting this like little unit that can fit under like a U-shaped sink like this. That will give us some storage. The only reason I don't like that is because they often look pretty cheap, and I don't know, I just don't like the look of it personally. The other idea, and maybe actually the internet will probably know if I can do this. Is it possible to remove this? I feel like I'm seeing little screws here, but I'm like, is this gonna ruin the tile if I try to remove this? This would be a great space to just put like some sort of like narrow shelf organizer, one that we already have, or getting a new one. I mean, besides that, it's a pretty standard New York City bathroom. Hopefully our water is not brown as much as it is currently, and I hope that we can actually adjust the water temperature correctly, because our current place, it's either like scalding hot or freezing cold. There's no in between. Let us know what you think of the space. We are so excited to move in here in 2 days.
Again, please let us know any suggestions you have. We genuinely do want your input, and I feel like there's just a lot that is undecided. So if you enjoyed this, please like and subscribe. We would love to have you along for this whole journey and into next year once we have our little one and things are gonna keep changing.
Any last thoughts, Lou?
I think we should install the AC unit.
Yeah, you're probably right.
It's really warm in here.
Do you think you can make do with a fan?
We don't own a fan.
Well, we get a fan. We buy a fan.
We should just put the unit in.